I want that to be their first encounter as Batman and Catwoman. Like, that's what I want in that scene. It's just that in the film. And so, I mean, I would love to see it, No Man's Land animated film. I think it'd be brilliant, because you watch the characters of the Rogues Gallery and Batman try to figure out what they're gonna do. So, for me, I hope they do, like, a video game of No Man's. I mean, they sort of did it with Arkham City, which I thought was really cool. When they did the whole explosions of the bridges, like when what was it? I think, was it Penguin, or I forget who did it in Arkham City. Hold on. Hugo Strange does it, and he wanted to do like a No Man's Land. I thought it was so cool. Like, they cut off like parts of the prison where each rogues villain had their own turf. Like, Two-Face had his turf, Penguin had his turf, Joker had his turf, Ivy had her own crazy ass stupid thing, which didn't last long. Like, I really liked it. I really would. I mean, they sort of did it with Gotham. They did the No Man's Land thing, which I really loved. I thought that was so brilliant. I remember watching it. I was just like, finally, someone gets it. They did a No Man's Land. And I remember back in, like, I think 2000s, late 2000s. I forget who. I think it was James Tucker wanted to do a animation of No Man's Land. He wanted to do a TV series of it, and they never got around to it. Like, Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network didn't want to do it, but instead focused on, because they didn't want to do it because it was too dark. So they did Batman the Brave and the Bold, which I didn't mind. Brave and the Bold, I really like it, but I always wanted an animated TV series of No Man's Land story. Just that. That's what I wanted, because I really like it. I really love No Man's Land. I would love to do a movie of it. If there was ever a movie opportunity, I would fucking love to do No Man's Land, because it is such an amazing story. It is a story that sort of, you watch it, and you read the comic, and you watch. I love how they did it. Like, Batman is trying to keep Gotham safe and together after a natural disaster that happened, and you have gangs and supervillains battling over turf. You have Gordon, who's trying to keep one part of it safe. You have Huntress, who attempts to keep order. And you have Two-Face, who, and his army, losing territory, trying to keep their part. Like, I love the one part where Two-Face flips his coin to either save a person's life or, let that person die. And he ends up saving it. That was like that was a part of it. I know it's a small part of it that a lot of people are like, what's the big deal? But that was like, that one small part was just like, to me, like, wow. Like, just, it just took me back. Like, because I was always never a big Two-Face fan. But I was more of a, Mr. Freeze fan. I just really liked it. I just thought it was such a cool part. Like, I loved, and including the one part where Justice League keeps an eye on Gotham City during this time, preventing various villains from claiming territories for themselves. And Robin's father, Tim Drake's dad, Jack, discovers that his son is in Gotham and believes Tim has entered the city for some sort of dare, and it turns out his son is Robin. That part was always cool, because Tim Drake, for those who don't know, is like my favorite Robin, and that was so cool. His dad shows up trying to like save him and doesn't realize his son is Robin. So that was always such a cool, and for me it was such a cool story, and I think I would love for DC Universe to be like, you know what, we're going to do a Batman animated series, and this is what you're going to get. So, for me, I would love to see that. I love the one part where Lex Luthor tries to buy Gotham. For example, in the story, Luthor attempts to kill Lucius Fox, but Batman intervenes and reveals that he's the one who anonymously tipped Wayne Enterprises' CEO over Lex trying to buy up Gotham. And he tells Luthor that Gotham is not for sale, and he warns Luthor to leave while he still can. That part I love, because there's like that one part. Luthor tries to like reveal his true intentions by destroying as much of deeds to Gotham, deeds as he can of Gotham, and claim it for himself, but under false names. And I love that part where Batman, tells him to leave while he still can. Like, that part I love, because it's like, you look at the panel of it, it's like Batman's like, I've been through enough shit, dude. I don't need you in this city. Like, I would love to see that. And of course, it ends like in a sort of like a sad way. Like, Gotham celebrates New Year's, fireworks exploding, and while Gordon says his last goodbye to his wife, and Batman plants roses at his parents' grave, prepared to spend another year as Gotham's protector. By the way, Catwoman's in this story, and Young Justice, of course, appears in it. Young Justice and No Man's Land, #1. So, I have like the first volume. I need to like buy up the other ones, because I read like this on digital on DC Universe. Like, I read the novel that Denny O'Neil wrote. So, yeah. I mean, Greg Rucka, sorry. Denny O'Neil wrote like another novel. I forget what it was, but it was such a cool story. And I love the artwork that Joe DeVito did. So, it was kind of a cool story. So, did you play Infamous, who has many of the plot elements of Batman No Man's Land in it? I nearly bought it once, Infamous, when I had a PlayStation. When I had the PlayStation 3, now I have the Xbox One, so I nearly bought it once. Like, I don't know why, but I don't know why I didn't buy it. So it was kind of like it was such a cool game, like, and the studio who did it, like Sucker Punch Productions, did it, and I thought it was such a cool thing. Now they're doing, like, they did, like, a bunch of Infamous games, like Infamous 1, Infamous 2, Infamous Festival of Blood, Infamous The Second Son, and Infamous First Light. Like, they really cashed in on it. I didn't get to play it, so, no. So, anyway. By the way, for those who didn't listen to the beginning of it, Friday, I'll be doing 2 shows. A morning show and a regular show. So, Friday you're gonna be stuck with my ass. So, yeah, so, it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm kind of excited for Friday, so, I'm wrapping up the show. I'm going to cover one more story, by the way. I'm going to do I was supposed to do it yesterday. I was going to do, like, a new segment called Crime Monday, but I'm going to read it today, so it's going to be Crime Tuesday. Of crazy car stories. Listen to you makes my day. Aw, I love you. Here's this story. No, wait, I ain't gonna read that one. That one's kind of stupid. You ready for this story? Chick, 71, and a man, 54, busted naked in a car. A naked 71-year-old woman and her equally clothes-free male companion, 54, were arrested last month for indecent exposure after a Michigan cop found them in the back seat of a car of their Buick Regal, which was rocking gently as the windows were steamed over. I know. When the cop opened the vehicle rear door, which, by the way, if you ever do that, lock your doors. Don't do it. And I can't believe he said it. Sorry, I was just reading what the dude responded by saying. Opened the rear door and asked the new couple what were they doing. Tim Adams offered his answer. I'm fucking this chick. Oh, shit. Yes, Adam referred to his this chick known as Rita Daniels, 71. According to the police report, Daniels' 2001 Buick license plate Diva 145 was in a shopping center parking lot attached to a restaurant where customers, including a 10-year-old boy, apparently had a view. Good God, they were doing this in a parking lot? Where a 10-year-old kid saw. Oh, shit. These people are crazy. Officer noted that the couple were covered with heavy. The fuck? Oh, they covered with blankets and stuff. Daniels was on top of Adams. Oh, she was on top of him. Okay. And the two were engaging in sexual activities as the pair were parked spotted outside of a restaurant